Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks so much for popping in. Today, I thought we'd look at our new challenge. All the information's on the website. Just pop along to the bit where it says Creative Challenge. The theme for this month is Flower Festival. So, you know me, I love my florals. So I thought I'd come along today with a nice, clean and simple design, but I'm going to focus on my favourite flower. To me, this is the festival of the poppy. And this is to go on a 6x6. So this is a 5.5-inch square piece of Multifarious card. And that's what we're going to start with. And I'm going to use one of the lovely circle masks. And I'm going to use the large one, but we're going to use almost the outy bit. We have our innies and outies, don't we? So, and the colours I'm going to use, I've got Blue Lagoon and Confetti in the elements. Now, I know if you've got the pink elephant, that would work well, but I know some of you haven't got it yet, so it's important I show you how it works well with the confetti. So we're going to come in with the Blue Lagoon, and I'm going for the larger stencil brush, the number 9. And I'm just going to pop this sort of in the middle. Now, you can tape it down if you want, but I'm just going to hold it. And I'm starting at this space where I put most colour on. Look, I want this to be more blue. So I'll concentrate there first. And then when I've got less ink on my brush, look, I'll go round to the top. And I want this pale. And I've not added the moon mask yet on purpose. We will do that in a minute. But I just want to build this colour up in this, well, I was going to say corner, but I know some of you will tell me it's a circle. It doesn't have corners. In this area, we'll go for area, shall we? And once more, again, blending in the lid. And it's such a lovely thing to do this. If you're having a bit of an off day or your mojo's gone, make yourself some backgrounds like this. It's fabulous. Now I'm going to get the smallest of the masks. And I'm going to slide mine under. But you can just hold it on top if you want. And I'm going to come in with the blue again and just add around that. I'm going to keep holding it, and then I'm going to come in with my confetti. And I'm going to brush over that blue. Again, I'm always blending in the lid. My confetti is a well-used pad, so it's quite pale, but I'm still going to blend in the lid. And I'm just going to go into this area here where I didn't really blend much blue. And then come into just going over where the blue is. And just at this join here. Now with my blue brush, I'm not adding any more ink. I'm going to come over that join and just work on blending those two colours together. Now I'll move this out and have a look. And look at that, I love that. So if we take that away, I've just got that lovely blend of the two colours. Now there's lots of different colour choices you could use here. And I can't wait to see which ones you use. Now for my stamping, I've got a piece of copy paper, look. I've popped that on, drawn round it and just cut that out to create myself a nice... I could use this as a mask for my stamping, but this is just a little bit thick for me and I tend to get a white edge here. So just for me, you can use that. I like to cut myself a paper mask. I just find it works better, but as I say, that's just for me. But if you make yourself one, do remember to put it in place, because I have done that before, made them and then forgot to use them. Now all my stamping today, I'm purely going to use my VersaFine Claire, the black, the Nocturne. And as I say, my theme is poppies. So the first poppy I'm going to stamp is the Garden Poppy. And I love the fact that we've got a few different stamps for one floral. So you could either mix your florals with this design or, like me, just choose your favourites. I know we shouldn't have favourites, but... So I'm going to come in and I just want to pop that so it just goes into the moon. And as I say, where it goes to the paper, make sure I give that a good press. And then lift that up. Beautiful. So next I'm going for my group poppies. And I love this one. And I'm just going to angle it. Remember, with the stamps, you can always just angle them on your block. And I love the way it goes that way a little. And on that, we've also got the gorgeous seed heads. Now, before I stamp that, I was going to get carried away and stamp that. But what I'm thinking is I'll stamp the wild poppies next. Because with this being a group, it'll give me a better idea where to stamp the single one. And if you're not sure, you can always use your acetate, look. So I think we can have one grouping there. I don't want it to look too busy, but you know what poppies are like? They grow so beautifully together. I want to make sure I get plenty on. So that gives me a space here. Oh, you see, I moved it pointing to that area. Just, if you move it, just pop it back. But what I'm thinking, that gives me lovely space there to add that. Now, no, you see, I was going to add one there, but I think that will be too much. I like that as it is. Let me just take this away and have a look. Yeah, I think that's enough, don't you? Now, like I was telling you, sometimes for me, I miss a little bit of the stamping here, even when I'm using a piece of paper. But that's just me. So with my fine liner pen, look, I can just take that. So you could either use your pastel pencils and fuzzy the edge, or with my fine liner, I'm just going to extend those the little leaves. And do you know what? Nobody will ever know. Well, unless you tell them. And you won't do that, will you? So I'm just going to do it. Take my time. And just complement that design. There we go. Right to the edge. So let's add some colour to the poppy. Now, the poppy could be red, couldn't it? Yellow, orange. But I love the blue here, and I have got a thing about blue poppies. So I'm just going to look for 3 colours of my blue pencil. And these are the beautiful Mondeluz pencils. And I've chosen 17, 18 and 20. And I'm just going to lean on a piece of kitchen roll, you know, like I do, to add the colour. And I'll just start with my lovely deep blue here. Now this, I'm thinking, would make a beautiful birthday card. I mean, obviously it could be used for remembrance. It could be used for a new home card. Birthday, get well. So many things it could be used for. Now, you could leave your colouring like that, but you know me, a little bit of Wink of colouring. So we'll come in with the clear Wink of Stella and just blend that beautiful blue, but also add a little bit of sparkle. And I will get a little bit of blue on there. So we'll clean that. Remember to clean it on your copy paper, not on this white bit here. I've done that before now. And look at that. It didn't take a lot, did it? So I'm just going to come in with my white, lovely pastel pencil, and we'll add a couple of just little white highlights. I don't want to overcook it. I want to keep it quite simple. But what I will do is, I'm just thinking I'll add a little bit of blue just in the centre there. And then come in with the Wink of Stella. Just clean that off again. And then finally, some lovely white Posca. Now, yours, you will leave it till it dries to add just the tiniest bit of highlight and some splats. Now, when it comes time to add the splats, for me, important to bring this back in unless you want them over the whole design, which is fine. Now, I'm happy to have mine over the moon. If you want to keep the moon area clear, remember, just put your moon mask back on. But we're going over the whole thing. Just think it shows up beautifully on the black. If you're one of our crafty friends that you're not keen on the Posca splats, leave them off. It's not a problem. But look at that design. And to me, that's a real celebration of poppies, a real poppy festival. So I'll find one of our lovely sentiment stickers, and I'm definitely going through the black ones at the minute. Now, I could have raindrops, add some little raindrops on there, couldn't I? But I think I'm going to go for, well, dream, I think. I think this is a lovely dreamy. And I do dream that one day I can grow the Mecanopsis poppies in my garden. So I'll pop that at the bottom there. Now, I do hope you enter the challenge. It would be lovely if you did. And you win a £40 voucher to spend at Lavinia. Again, how fabulous would that be? Because we've all got things on our wish list, haven't we? So remember, our theme for June is Flower Festival. And I can't wait to see what you come up with. And if you create a design like this, different stamps, different colours, please tag me in. I love seeing what you create. And you'll inspire each other. And just think, the more of us that enter, the more chance somebody's got to win. Maybe it's going to be you. Wouldn't that be fabulous? I'd love it if you could put on here that you did. So you take care. Love and hugs from me. And I'll pop back soon. Bye for now.